have to, like, to make it in life, of course, you need a man, you need, like, to please your clients, you need, like, to sleep with them, you know, for you to get ahead in life. Hi guys, how are you? My name is Caroline Kihugu and this is Caro on the Move. Today is more of a Q&A kind of video as I get ready, and it's going to be about what people assume about me. They think I don't know, yet I know they assume about me. And I have some questions written down here, so don't mind me if I keep reading them. And one of the things people assume about me is that I'm employed by the government, by the county government, because I do waste management. And to be honest, I wish I was. I have even applied so many times, and I've never been lucky. So you guys tell me what you do for you to be so lucky to have a place at the county government or at the national government. So I wish, but for now, unfortunately, I'm not lucky enough. Privately owned. It's a privately owned company, and which leads me to the next assumption that I was funded or I was sponsored to start this job. Well, it's partly true and partly false, because I got a loan from my uncle. Did my mom? No. Yeah, I got a loan from my uncle, the one I used to work for before, the one who owns what do you call it? Not Low Farm, an agent farm. And for those of you who don't know what that is, agency, those are people who like ask for rent on behalf of the landlord. Yeah, that is Uncle Mwangi. Yes, I borrowed some cash from him, but still I had some saved up. And for those of you who don't know, we were like partners, 3 of us. So each one of us was supposed to raise a figure. So because I didn't have like the full amount, of course the balance of like 10,000 had some time to like raise it. So yeah, that's how we started. Partly I would say I was funded because it was a loan which I had to pay up later, and partly I had to raise some money. Of course, nobody will fund you until you have some of yours. Even the banks will not lend you money without at least having some savings. Another assumption is that I'm sponsored, and especially after posting my 2-bedroom apartment, people assume I'm sponsored. And well, my job sponsors me, but anyway, I know you'll still not believe me, so believe whatever you want to believe. It's optional. Another assumption is that most of you assume that my trip to Kisumu was sponsored, and whoever sponsored it, I want to go to Nanyuki and Eldoret next. Please do something, like they say, and make it happen for me. And next time, please don't book such a small room. Get me in a better hotel. Anyway, let me be serious here. My trip to Kisumu was not like sponsored, and come on guys, let's be real and let's be honest here. I spent like 10,000 going to Kisumu, or less. Do you want to tell me I started working back in 2017? No, 2015. 2014. Yeah, 2015, January, thereabout, immediately after high school. And now it's 2025. How many years? A 10 years gap. And you still want to tell me that I cannot raise 10,000 to go to such a place? Really? Then I think I need to work harder. How do I need to live, for you to like believe that I can afford some of these things. But anyway, you believe whatever you wanna believe. I know my truth, and you believe however you wanna believe. The other assumption is that I sleep with my clients to get jobs. Yes, you have to, like, to make it in life, of course, you need a man, you need like to please your clients, you need like to sleep with them, you know, for you to get ahead in life. This one as well, like being, I'll not deny, and I'm not like comment on it, but one thing I believe is, if you only have your body to like offer, then like if the only thing you can offer to your clients is your body, then I think you're doing the wrong business. Like whenever you start sleeping with a client, trust me, your days are numbered, because they'll always be better looking, finer girls than you. So for how long will you do that? For you to maintain that job, for how long will you have to keep sleeping with them? And I believe the moment you sleep with your boss, or the moment you sleep with your clients, then that is one of the biggest distraction, and that is one of the biggest disrespect for yourself and your business. Because if I slept with you and I'm your boss, then trust me, I'll always pay whenever I want. I'll treat you like my slave. And I know and I believe if I sleep with a client, even the chance of them not paying me is very high, because at the end of the day, they know my needs, and yeah, they like value my needs and think that's my worth. So you believe whatever you wanna believe, but I think whenever you start sleeping with your clients or with the boss, that's the beginning of your ruin. But you believe however you wanna believe. Anyway, if that makes you happy and if that makes you have a good night sleep, you do you believe whatever you wanna believe, and you say whatever you wanna say. At the end of the day, it's your life, and yep. Another assumption is that I aborted. I think this is one of those topics that I refuse to even talk about, but since you assume that and it's already in my attention, let's address it for once and for all. You don't know for how long I've wanted a baby, and I think I've wanted a child since I was like 23. To be honest, I was trying for a baby until I decided I'm not going to try again. And if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, then maybe that's God's will. And also there are so many ways of having kids these days. You can always adopt. You can always decide not to. And you can always give birth. I'm a the surrogacy way. So there's so many ways. And God knows I tried. God knows I've really, really tried, to a point that my body cannot my brain cannot take it anymore. Maybe my body can, but my brain can't. because whenever you start trying out for babies and you miscarriage, it makes you feel like you are a loser, and it makes you feel like you are not fit to be a mom. And you even ask yourself why everybody else is happy with their kids and family other than you, while you want it. But anyway, we are not going to be emotional here. I know my truth, and I know like I was super sick, and the pneumonia drip like led to my miscarriage. But still, I know some of you will not believe, and that's none of my business anyway, and it's not my problem. But yep, I know my truth, and however much I wanna justify myself, however much I wanna be distracted by your assumptions, I refuse to let that one affect me, because I know my truth. Another assumption is that I don't want kids and I don't want marriage. I don't want kids and I don't want marriage. To be honest, I've tried both, and it didn't work out for me in the past. And I know one of my biggest problem is that I love too much. And whenever you show a man that you love them too much, then you end up losing them. I know that is my problem and my weakness. And it was probably because I didn't love myself more. But now, for now, I'm just practicing to love myself more than I love the other person. As in, not even a competition. For me to love anybody else, I need to love myself. And that's what I'm practicing. This will be my scent for the day. Yeah, that's what I'm practicing. Actually, it's almost done. This is how good this perfume has been. Anyway, I still wish and hope that I would get married and have kids in the future. But for now I just want to focus on making myself better. And for me to love anybody else, of course, I need to love myself first. So yep, that is my main priority for now. Why do people assume that I'm high maintenance? Why do you always assume that I'm high maintenance? I think I'm one of the easiest people to maintain, but that is irrelevant. I don't know what you mean by high maintenance, but to be honest, to be fair actually, I also knew that the moment I decided to move into a 2-bedroom house would be a turn off for so many men, and especially people I consider my age. And to be fair, maybe, but I don't consider myself high maintenance. I wouldn't consider myself high maintenance, because to be honest, since I started living on my own, I've lived in a single house for the longest, to a point that my friends would diss me. Sasa wewe ni unafanya kwa hiyo area, you need to go to a better area. So I know some of you might think I'm high maintenance, but I'm one of the down to earth people. But like I said, that is also relevant. Cheap is relevant, expensive is irrelevant. High maintenance is irrelevant as well. So I don't know, but I wouldn't call myself high maintenance. Why do you always assume that I'm proud? Ama it's because I keep a straight face and I look so serious. Maybe that's why. But so many of you assume that I'm a proud person. And when we start talking, they'll tell you, I didn't think you are easily approachable. After we start talking, I don't know, you tell me. Am I supposed to go laughing to everyone, with everyone? For you to think that I'm not proud? How should I look? How should my face be? Do I look proud to you? Kindly comment below and let me know how you view me, how you see me. Do I look proud? Do I look easygoing? Because also some of the people say that I'm an easygoing person. So I think that will also be determined by maybe when we meet. Because of course when you meet me in stress and in a serious occasion, you don't expect me to be like smiling all through. And when we are in a fun place, you don't expect me to be so serious. So I don't know, you tell me, am I easygoing, or do I look proud, or do I look, let me know what you think about me. Another assumption is about my age. Well, like I said, my name is Caroline Kihugu, Wachera Kihugu, and I'm 28 years old. Maybe I look older because of my weight, and that's another topic I'm not even going to discuss about, because I'm okay as I am. At first, I used to be so stressed about losing weight to a point that I would even get blood pressure because of the stress. And instead of me reducing weight, I used to like add stress. Like when I'm stressed, I tend to overeat and tend to add weight. And when I'm more sober, I'm more comfortable, I tend to like lose some weight because I don't eat as much. But anyway, about my age, I'm 28. Let me know what you think. Do I look like my age, younger or older than my age? But anyway, yeah, I'm 28. I was born in 1997. Actually, we are the first Gen Zs. Yes, we don't look like Gen Zs. We don't feel anything like Gen Zs. But yeah, I'm a Gen Z. I was born in 1997. And what else? I was born in April 1997. So yep, that's me. Let me know what else you think about me, you'd like to know about me, and what you assume about me, and you like to hear me clarify. Yeah, let me just know. Anyway, here's my feed for the day. I don't know if it's clear. Yeah, here's my fit for the day. I have a mommy jeans, this top, a belt, and of course I'll bring a what do we call it? A coat. To be honest, I don't know how I feel. I don't know what's going on with my body today, because like now I'm literally sweating. A minute ago I was like freezing. I don't know if it's because of the cold, but yeah. So I'll just take lunch, then head out. I'm going to kennel. I need to go do a quotation for a cleaning job. So yep, I'll see you later. Mwah.